Hello and welcome to Braintree High School here for Legion Baseball. Mike Wassel and TJ Chamberlain here on BCAM TV as Braintree pitching first. Gorham here in the midst of the count to the shortstop Quan leading things off, and that is cut on and missed, and that is the first out here of the game. TJ and Gorham coming out of the gates throwing strikes and striking out Quan pretty quickly.
Yeah, that is quite the start Braintree needed here. Just get some quick outs to start.
It'll be Kelleher batting second, and he takes the pitch down low with no swing. They check down with the first base umpire. So Braintree and Canton, 7-1 Braintree, 5-5 Canton, two teams in the top two spots on the east side as Gorham pumps and strikes. Braintree coming off of a victory against Hyde Park on the road in their last game, as this one spoiled out of play. Pretty warm temperatures here for the first pitch, and see if Braintree can take advantage with their hot bats on a warm day. Have some good power hitters, including the pitcher Gorham on the mound. And that is in for strike three, as Kelleher now down on strikes and back-to-back Ks here to begin the first. Just overmatched so far, it looks like, TJ, here in the first inning, as the Canton bat's not really getting a good look in.
Yeah, there's certainly a few pitches that it did look like they were balls, just barely got in the strike zone.
First pitch is a strike to Butler, and that's really a nice sign to see with Gorham. When he is on his game, he throws a lot of strikes and is very dominant, so good start here early in the ball game. Off speed, and he's got it all working right now. Danger of striking out the side here in the first inning. That's what you love as a defense, to see your pitcher working quickly, getting quick outs, as this one's grounded to shortstop. First test for a fielder, as Donovan's throw is off the glove of Fitzgerald at first base, as that should have ended the inning. That'll be an error on the first baseman. So Braintree, who had looked like a quick, easy inning for Gorham, they'll now have to continue to throw more pitches.
And it definitely looked like a routine play, just closed the glove too early.
Definitely a mental mistake there for the 86ers, as it'll bring up their cleanup hitter. Geist will get an opportunity here to hit. He plays first base, as the runner will lead at first. The pitch is outside for ball one. So Braintree with a couple changes in the outfield. Cahill in left field with Albertine in center, and Mikulauskis in right field. And on the infield, Gurley at third with Donovan at shortstop, Lawton at second, and Fitzgerald, who just made the error at first, with the catcher here today, Surrett, as that one spoiled back to the backstop. Anytime you give a team an extra out, you generally see it come back to haunt. So we'll see if Canton can take advantage here on a miscue by Braintree here in the first inning. Decent lead at first base. This one's knocked out of play, and now two strikes on the hitter. So one of the few things here in the inning that Braintree has done wrong has been that throw that was mishandled at first base. But you think about all the strikes being pumped in there, minimal pitches having to be thrown, but you never want to work harder than you have to on the mound, especially on a very warm day, as the pitch is low. Time is called at the dish. Good size lead at first. We'll see if the runner will try and take off. He does not go, and it's knocked to the screen again. Long first inning here. After a couple of quick strikeouts, the error. A lot of extra pitches. Opportunity here to strike out the side, as he winds and fires, and the pitch is a ball, and now a stolen base.
Definitely looked like an off-speed pitch. Catcher tried to get the ball as soon as he saw him running, just lost it.
Definitely picked the right pitch to go on. Anytime you can get the off-speed pitch, it gives you a much better opportunity to get to second base without the benefit of a throw. And of course, once it was mishandled, there was going to be no play. Big lead again at second, as the pitch on the way is grounded to first base, and Fitzgerald again bobbling the ball as the run coming all the way around, and Fitzgerald having some big trouble here in the first inning with a pair of errors, and that brings home the game's first run. So frustrating inning so far.
Like you're just talking about that one error coming back to haunt them. Another error happening there, and that did end up driving in a run there.
So an unearned run charged to Gorham, as Canton able to jump in front. First pitch outside, and you can sense the frustration and a little bit of anger on the mound with Gorham, knowing that he should be already in the dugout with this team in a scoreless game. But right now you just got to work hard, continue to keep your emotions in check, and get your team to the dugout with a 1-0 deficit and try and do it with the bat. Pitch is upstairs.
Looks like he was trying to go high and away, just missed the zone there.
And the pitch is hit hard to left field, long run, and that's going to be out of play. Pretty well hit. That one had home run distance on it, but obviously wide of the foul pole.
Right now, I wouldn't be surprised if I didn't see this next pitch go low and away.
Just drove that one well to the outfield. We'll see what Gorham has in mind. And he blows the fastball by him, ends up striking out the side, giving up an unearned run here in the first inning. So the Braintree defense with a pair of miscues here in the inning, and we'll see if the 86ers can respond when they come up to bat in the bottom of the first. Welcome back here to Braintree High School, as the 86ers looking to respond to an unearned run scored back in the first. It'll be Albertine to lead things off, and the first pitch is in for a strike. So this will be Peta to pitch. Winds and fires, and missed wildly there on that pitch. Looks like he lost control of the ball on his grip. Warm temperatures definitely err in the side of the team for offense, so we'll see if we see a lot of runs in this game. This one's grounded over to second base, and another mishandle, and he is safe at first. So both sides, not sure what's going on in the infield here, TJ, but both sides with a couple of mistakes already here in the first inning.
Yeah, already not helping with the heat as well. Definitely a hot day here.
That was definitely a ball that should have been handled by the second baseman. Second baseman Kwan really took his time, and once he bobbled that ball with the speed of Albertine, he was able to beat it out, as now it's dropped down by Cahill. Here's the throw to first. It is in time, and he is out. Does get the sacrifice. I think Braintree was looking for a bunt single that time, as they saw the grass kind of really slowing down the pace of the ball.
Yeah, though unfortunately the grass is not wet. Normally when the grass is wet, from what we have seen, it can really affect the ball. Not one of those days though today.
So it does go down as a sacrifice. Brings the runner over into scoring position at second for Gorham, who is the Braintree pitcher here in this game. Takes the off-speed pitch in for a strike. So he's looking for something he can handle. Maybe tie this score up. Been swinging at a good bat the last couple games. So Albertine leads at second, off speed again, and he went for the fences on that swing. No contact. Big opportunity here for Braintree to respond, try and tie the score up. And he waves at that one and missed. And a strikeout for the second out. So Gorham trying to put that ball in play. Unfortunate, could not make contact. And he'll take something here with 2 outs from Lawton. just as one would expect, 2 out hitting, generally a big opportunity in any game. And the team that takes opportunities and succeeds with them generally has the most success in a game, as this one is hit hard to second again, bobbled. Here is the play to first, and another error. Both sides with 2 errors, both by the same player in the first inning.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. That certainly had a little bit of a weird hop to it.
That was a routine ball.
Yeah.
I can understand that. At least the other one was, it was slow hit. It was had to really be quick with the ball. That's just inexcusable there. You're giving a team that's in first place, Braintree, 7-1 on the season, an opportunity here with 2 extra outs. Got to take advantage, though, if you're Braintree. First pitch upstairs. Anytime you see the ball now hitting in either of the players that have made the mistakes, you wonder how they'll respond to it. As this one is hit into right field, that'll get down, and Braintree has tied the game up. Lawton tags second, heads to third, and Braintree able to take advantage of the 2 errors here in the inning, just like Canton did, and an earned run charged to the pitcher. So both defenses really struggling here in this first inning, and Braintree with their first hit of the game, coming up with their first run. I don't know if we had expected this type of performance here in the first inning, but still a long way to go in this game. But
also, Mike, I think that's actually their second hit on the game, because first batter got a hit, second one was a sacrifice.
But the first one was an error.
Yeah.
2 errors in the inning, then the sacrifice. First clean hit. So runners at the corners, and this one a mile high out to center field. Nothing's been routine here in the inning for the defense, as this time it is put away by the center fielder, as Butler able to make the catch, and Braintree strands 2 base runners here in the first inning, but a pair of errors on both sides, and both sides get a run here in the first as we head to the second, 1-1. Top half of the second inning here at Braintree High School in a 1-1 game. As we'll see 6, 7, and 8 in the order for Canton here in the inning, as that's cut on and missed. Gorham with 3 strikeouts back in the first inning. See if the defense can play better behind both pitchers as this game moves on. So Mishler batting here, the right fielder. As he winds and fires, it's knocked back off the screen. Looking for the signs from the catcher Surrett, and he winds and fires it right by him. 4th strikeout for Gorham. It's a really dominant performance out of the gates from Gorham. He's doing his part. First pitch is a strike to the third baseman, Tilton. And another one right by him. So the velocity certainly up and giving the hitters a lot of trouble. With the look in, off-speed pitch, and that one hung up a little bit. That was a tough pitch on an 0-2 count. Certainly not the one that Gorham wanted. But fortunate for him that that one was just back to the backstop. When you have that good stuff, that extra velocity, a lot of the times you can get away with some mistakes. And the pitch on the way is grounded to third base. Gurley with a couple of hops on his way, and this time Fitzgerald makes the catch, and the out is recorded for out number 2 here of the second. So finally a nice defensive play put across by the Braintree infield. You can see that the ball really slowing down on the infielders. I don't think I'll be surprised if I see the Braintree infielders kind of move in a bit. Shortstop, of course, really not going to do that, but maybe second and third will move up a little bit just in case. As that one foul tipped for strike one. So the catcher Spinelli getting an opportunity to hit here with 2 outs, nobody on. As that one's thrown all the way to the backstop off the mitt of the catcher. Certainly be a welcome sight here, TJ, if Braintree can get a quick 1-2-3 inning.
Especially after the last inning. Had a 1-2-3, then right as you thought it was going to be the third out, the error at first, which ended up scoring a run.
So the first 2 have been retired here in the inning. A weak ground ball again in the direction, this time of second. As Lawton on the move, the throw across, it pulls him off the bag. Pretty nice play by Lawton and a good stretch by Fitzgerald. Unfortunate though, according to the first base umpire, the foot came off of the bag and lost contact with it. It's a bang-bang play. He had the best look at it. From here, our view's a little bit obstructed. But nonetheless, that'll go as a infield single. So lead at first as the pitch is down low. Kind of the way that same thing happened back in the first inning where the first 2 were retired, then a misplay. This situation obviously was a much tougher play, but nonetheless, a base runner is reached with 2 outs as that's right down the middle for a strike.
Looked like the runner was about to go, didn't get the best jump, so just went back to first.
Probably a good time though with 2 outs. If you're going to try and steal a base, this would be the time to go. Start and stop, and it's down the dirt. Nice play behind the plate by Surrett, able to block that one down. He's been getting a lot of action behind the plate. Didn't get much time during the high school season, but now here for the Legion team, getting a lot of opportunities. This one spoiled out of play. So the runner was going that time. So Gorham has a pair of outs on a strikeout and a ground out. Runner is now at first on an infield single. Just the first hit allowed. As Fitzgerald trying to keep him close at first. We did see him go in the last pitch. Not going this time, and the pitch is low. So it'll be a full count. The runner will have a chance to go here with 2 outs on the 3-2 pitch. And he goes. The pitch is knocked to the backstop. Again, the payoff pitch. And a 1-1 game here in the second. Runner goes, and the pitch in strike 3, down he goes. And a pair of strikeouts here in the second, 5 in all after striking out the side in the first. And Braintree will have a chance in a 1-1 game to take the lead in the bottom of the second. Bottom of the second inning. Braintree in a 1-1 game here with Canton. 5-5 Canton, 7-1 Braintree as the pitch is low here to Donovan. So 7, 8, 9 in the Braintree order. We'll see if Braintree can respond with the bats again as the pitch is outside. So a couple of close calls not going the way of Canton here to begin the inning. And that one's low. So he's sitting in the driver's seat. Braintree looking to get a man on to begin the inning. We have not seen either pitcher walk anybody, but might see one now. And he does on 4 pitches. A lot of the times you'll see the umpire give a pitcher a close pitch on a 3-0 count, but not in that case. Both pitchers obviously have been around the strike zone early, but that gives Braintree an early base runner, as we'll see if Braintree's thinking about a sacrifice here to go ahead, but might be a little early for that here in this game. First pitch, a ground ball to third base. The play is to second, as the throw is to second for one, back to first, and they turn the double play. Wow. On the speedy runner, Mikalauskis, that's very tough to do. So we rolled that one over. And that is 2 outs here. First pitch is knocked to the backstop. So now I guess thinking back, Braintree probably would have liked to have sacrificed there.
Yeah, because you're in a good spot with the 4-pitch walk and you ground into a double play. Not what you want to say.
First pitch, or second pitch is popped up, and first baseman in fair territory makes the catch, and the quick start to the inning very quickly erased with the double play and the pop-up, and a very quick inning for Peta on the mound, as we'll head to the third in a 1-1 game. Top of the third, 1-1 game, as the pitch is drilled out to right center field. That'll get down out in front of Mikalauskis. And a leadoff single here to begin the third. So Quan leading things off with a bloop single to right field, as it'll bring up the left fielder Kelleher, who struck out looking back in the first inning. So Canton was able to turn a double play ball back in the bottom half of the second that really changed the inning for Braintree, as the pitch is in for a strike. Braintree infield, right up the middle, hoping for a ground ball double play of their own. As the throw is to first, not in time. A lot going on here today at Braintree High School with the softball, adult softball league going on, and then they have some young athletes doing the track and field. And of course, baseball here. Concert going around right behind us over at Sunset Lake, as the pitch getting ready here from Gorham. The good lead at first, as outside. Gorham winds and fires and missed just off the plate. Check on over at first base, not in time. Check again, yeah, and this is close, and he almost had him. That was a bang-bang play, and base runner continuing not to dive back into the bag or slide into the bag, and that one almost cost him. That was very close.
And for a second, it looked like he was out. Just barely got back in.
This one poked out to right field over the head of Fitzgerald, as the base runner will tag second and get to third base on the throw. And a strong throw from the outfielder, but not in time. So they're at the corners now. Back-to-back hits. So it's a big opportunity here for Canton to strike and go ahead. First pitch is outside to Butler, who reached on an error. Braintree not bringing the infield in, so they would probably concede an out, or concede a run on a ground ball in the infield. That's their first strike. Best case scenario here would be a pop-up on the infield or a strikeout, something that would not score the base runner. Righty winds and fires, off speed and a good pitch. Had him out in front of that. Probably the best off-speed pitch we've seen so far from Gorham. Good time to punch him out. And the pitch, and is able to get him. Excellent pitch, he went right back to it. Really needed that out. Six strikeouts for Gorham. Keeps the base runners at first and third. We'll see if he can wiggle his way out of this. First pitch, and that one didn't miss by much. Wanted the call, didn't get it. They're at the corners with one out here in the top of the third in a 1-1 game. Defense still back all the way around. The runner goes from first. This one is hit hard out to center field, and the ball will be caught in center field. The run will score from third on the sacrifice fly, but Braintree's pretty happy though with the way this inning started, just to give up one run so far and you get out of it, just trail 2-1. I think you're in a pretty good spot.
There's still a lot of game left too.
It was a good piece of hitting though from the hitter to put that in the outfield. A lot of game left, and obviously you've had base runners, so that's not really a problem if you're Braintree. First pitch missed off the plate. A lot of pitches that are close that are not going the way of either pitcher. So the strike zone, obviously on the smaller side. As the pitch is a strike, the throw to second is going to be in time, and he's going to be out at second. So this time Canton getting picked off trying to take a bag, as Braintree again gives up a run here in the third inning. A couple of runs or a couple of hits and a run, as we'll see what Braintree can do to respond in a 2-1 game. Bottom half of the third inning in a 2-1 game now in favor of the visitors from Canton, so we'll see what Braintree can do to respond here. It'll be the top of the Braintree order here in the third inning. First pitch is in for a strike to Albertine, who reached on an error by the second baseman his first time. What do you think Braintree needs to do here, TJ, to really get things started in this third inning?
One thing I'd say is you need to get people on, though that does not help it at all.
That was hit about as hard as you can hit it, but right at the pitcher as Albertine is out. It'll bring up Cahill, but you talk about putting the ball in play. The Braintree's done that pretty well, and they've made the defense work. We already saw 2 defensive miscues by the Canton defense. But thinking back to last inning, just an unfortunate sequence where they hit the ground ball to third, it turned into a double play ball. As the pitch on the way to Cahill, who dropped down a sacrifice bunt back in the first inning. So ground out back to the mound on a hot shot off the bat of Albertine. Now it's Cahill, and he grounds this one to third base and foul. Cahill also pitches for this Braintree team, playing in the outfield, as this one is popped up a mile high to left field, as he rounds first and is retired. 2 quick outs here in the bottom half of the third. Braintree trailing for the second time here today. They have not trailed by more than a run, but they answered with a run back in the first. Trying to answer here in the third. Gorham struck out in his only plate appearance so far, and the first pitch is by him. Good swing, good pitch. Both Both players here not wanting to give in. You see a fastball to a power hitter. The righty winds, and this one drilled out to right field. Hit pretty well, but the right fielder back a couple steps and will make the catch, and that'll do it here in the third inning. So Braintree goes quickly 1-2-3 here in the bottom half of the third. We'll head to the fourth with the 86ers down 2-1. Top of the fourth inning. First pitch is in for a strike. So a 2-1 game in favor of Canton as that one misses low. 5, 6, and 7 in the order for Canton here. This is the pitcher who is batting, who was actually at the plate when the runner got caught stealing, so he bats again here to lead off the fourth inning. Gorham back in for another inning of work as that's delivered for a strike. Handful of times we've seen the hat just pop off the head of Gorham as he continues to have to pick it up off the dirt.
When you're throwing hard, sometimes it happens.
I was just thinking the same thing as he delivers it in there for strike 3. A lot of the times you throw with so much oomph on the pitch that you can easily jar that hat loose, and anytime, of course, if there's a little wind, that'll also factor in, as there's another strikeout here. Second time he has gotten his counterpart Peta on strikes. That's his 7th strikeout. Gonna bring up the right fielder, Mishlev, who struck out as well back in his first plate appearance as the pitch is high. Good pitch, got it right by him. The hitter was not really ready for that, it didn't look like. Anytime you have a 2-0 count, you got to be sitting dead red, and that's what he got, but just wasn't ready for the pitch. Fastball inside. 3-1 now. Gorham in danger of walking his first batter. And that takes him off the plate, and that walks him. So both pitchers now have walked one. That'll be a 1-out walk. Pitch is down. Ready, winds and fires and delivers a strike. One on, one down here in the top of the fourth in a 2-1 game. Oh, big swing and a miss. Really off balance that time. And the pitch is grounded foul.
The batter definitely was chasing there. He had to go down to get that.
Seemed like he's been off balance this whole at bat. So Gorham looking for his second out of the inning. And he gets it. Again, just overmatched the hitter, and there's 2 down. So the runner still at first with 2 outs now here in the top half of the fourth inning. Braintree will have the middle of the order 4, 5, and 6 in the bottom half of this inning as the pitch is strike to Quan, who reached on an infield single his first time. Big spot here for Gorham to keep his team in a 1-run game, as that's in for a strike. I don't think any of the Canton hitters have really looked that comfortable in the box against Gorham, which struck out a lot of hitters. They do have the lead, however, as this one is grounded to third base past the dive, and now another infield hit. Good attempt at third from Gurley, just could not get the ball, and once it got by him with the speed of the base runner, you knew he was going to reach. Pretty incredible in 2 plate appearances to have 2 infield singles.
You don't see that every day.
A lot of the times, though, it is the speedier guys, either a leadoff man or down at the bottom of the order, somebody that, I mean, that's their strength of their game, is their speed, as the pitch is low. So another opportunity here for Canton, who scored a run in the first and the third, as they look to add on here in this 4th inning. But Braintree hoping that they can end this inning without any further damage. Pitch is a strike on the outside corner to the 9-man Spinelli. Off-speed pitch, did not chase. Gorham trying to make his way out of this inning. He's had to throw a lot of pitches here in this 4th. That's a nice pitch, and that's a strike. Eight Ks so far for Gorham. This would be a perfect time for number 9 and to end the inning. Stranding those 2 base runners. Winds and fires, and he overthrew that one as it goes all the way to the backstop. Both runners will advance. So 2nd and 3rd with 2 down. You're in the top of the 4th. Canton has already left 2 on, both sides have. As Gorham ready with the pitch, and he gets it by him and strikes him out. So for the 2nd time getting the 9-hitter on strikes, his 9th strikeout of the outing, and he strands 2 more base runners. 4 left on now for Canton through 4 innings as we head to the bottom half of the inning with Braintree down 2-1. Bottom half of the 4th inning as Braintree trying to respond, down 1. First pitch in for a strike to Lawton, who reached on an error in his only plate appearance. Again, 4, 5, and 6 in the Braintree order here in the 4th inning. Down a run. As Peta winds and fires, it's knocked all the way back and out of play. Back behind the screen. Pitch is floated to left field, but foul. Good at bat here to begin the inning. Some good contact from Lawton. We'll see if the Braintree bench can really wake up here. There's been kind of a little bit of lack of energy down there.
Not only from this team, it's rare that their bench is this quiet.
This one off towards foul territory. Long run for the 3rd baseman. Has a play on it and overruns it. I've seen that a million times where the opponent will do that. It's very tough on that side of the field. The ball is deceiving. As you get towards that fence, you have to also deal with that light post. But the ball does push back into the field of play more often than not. So it was a good effort over there at 3rd, but I think the 3rd baseman next time will play that a little differently. It does give extra out opportunity here for Lawton. And that one just missed, close pitch. See if Braintree can take advantage of some of these extra opportunities. As this one is drilled into left field, and they do. You give a team like Braintree and a hitter like Lawton, I mean, you're talking about the cleanup hitter on a team, an extra out, extra pitch, and delivers it into left field.
Yeah, he certainly executed that. Almost had an out on the pop-up near 3rd. Third baseman just barely missed it. Ends up being a single.
Did a good job taking it the other way, too. A lot of the times, hitters will try and pull that ball, they'll roll it over. He didn't do that. He drove it the other way into left field as the pitch is a strike to Gurley, who has the only RBI for Braintree. RBI single back in the first inning. Hit that one hard to right field, so Braintree has the leadoff man on. Good lead at first. As the runner will go, and this one rolled over foul. So Lawton, who had tried to steal on the prior pitch, not going this time as the pitch is high. 1-2 the count to the Braintree third baseman here today. And the pitch is knocked out of play again. Lawton has twice taken off to try and steal a base, and both times he's had to return to first on a foul ball. Check on over at first base, not in time. Clearly the two stolen base tries have caught hold of the attention of the pitcher. Wouldn't be surprised though if he did try and take off here again. Not going on this pitch, and the pitch is high, so the long at bat continues. 2-2 the count after all that. Head coach Fox really trying to relay his signs across to his base runner. And he does go. The pitch is low. The throw down to second will not be in time, and a stolen base. Excellent work by the base runner, able to steal this time. A lot going on here in this inning for Braintree, trying to drive home the tying run. Off-speed pitch, and he really threw that one slow. That was a very slow breaking ball. Right now, Gurley locked in here in this at-bat. We'll see who wins the at-bat. Is it going to be the pitcher or the hitter?
Yeah, full count. Someone's got to give here.
And the pitch is drilled back and out of play. A lot of balls being driven foul. It's really dangerous on that side with all the young kids running around on that field. Certainly don't want to see the ball hit anybody. Pitch is outside, and he draws the walk. Excellent at bat. Got to give credit to Gurley there. He really worked that at bat. So he's on for the second time here in the game. And now the Canton defense coming in. They're expecting a bunt TJ. They're thinking sacrifice.
Based on what the third base coach was saying, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a bunt possibly coming towards the third base direction.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, first baseman playing close up on the grass. Third baseman's a little more back, so I wanted to go by the third
Ground
baseman
ball
there.
To shortstop, the throw is to first. It's low and it's mishandled as everybody will reach. So Braintree, who was sending the base runner from first, could have been a ground ball potential double play. Instead, it turns into no outs and another error. Third error on the Canton defense, and now Braintree in a golden spot here with the bases loaded and nobody out. So to bring up Donovan, who drew a walk his first time, with a great chance here to give Braintree the tying run and maybe even the go-ahead run as the infield comes in. Pitch is a strike on the outside corner. This has not been a clean game by either side. We've seen mistakes by both teams. 5 errors combined between the two sides. As this one drilled out to right field, should be deep enough to bring home the tying run. Here comes the play to the plate as the throw is to third, and the tying run will come home. So that'll be a sac fly to tie the game at 2.
That's on the throw to third. The third baseman bobbled that too. Didn't get far enough away from that. The runner that is now on third could go home. But yet another bobbled ball by the infield tonight. We've certainly been seeing a lot of that.
Really wasn't a strong throw from the outfielder. You would like to see that ball in the air from right to third and keep the base runner from moving to third. It does advance the base runner if you're Braintree. I mean, it's a smart play if you're Braintree to take the extra base when it's there, but if you're the outfielder, you've got to throw that ball strong to third and keep that base runner at second base because you knew you weren't throwing him out at home. So they're at the corners as the pitch is inside. So Michalowskis here had a frustrating at-bat back in the second inning where he grounded it into a double play, trying to atone for that here with 2 on. Fitzgerald at first and Gurley at third, and Michalowskis does deliver here in a key moment as Braintree goes ahead for the first time in the game with an RBI hit. So that's how you really bury that first plate appearance, say, okay, I made a mistake, I hit into a double play, I let my team down, but then coming up with a big hit here to give your team the lead, that's a good response.
Yeah, and we got a mound visit now after back-to-back hits.
So 2 on now after the mound visit, like you said. It was a visit for the coach as his pitcher has really been hit around in this inning. As it'll bring up the 9-hitter Surrett. He popped up to first base, his only plate appearance, 0 for 1. And the pitch is popped up to right field. This is going to be a tough play. As the second baseman ranging, he's going to hustle and not get there. As the base runners will advance, as the base runner wide turn of third, and obviously not going to take a chance there, but good hustle out in the outfield. Second baseman had a long run, but could not get there, and Braintree with another hit. So a bloop single, third single of the inning, as Braintree scored twice so far. And the bases are reloaded for the top of the order as the pitch is low. So Albertine, who has reached base once on an error back in the first inning, is also grounded sharply back to the mound. In a key moment here is Braintree looking to open things up. Pitch is in for a strike. Big opportunity here, TJ, for Braintree to really give themselves some breathing room.
Yeah, I mean, right now, their bats are hot, back-to-back-to-back hits, looking for 4 straight now, and to drive another run or 2 in.
That's in their first strike, and everything's been on the inner part of the plate. They're trying to work the hands of the hitter. There's still only the 1 out. The sacrifice fly by Donovan. As this one's drilled towards the middle of the infield and over to second for 1 and mishandled again. What is going on out there in the infield as 2 runs score? This is inexcusable by the defense. That's a 4th error, and that's a double play ball too. I mean, I can understand why you're frustrated if you're a coach. I mean, I'm frustrated up here as an announcer. I mean, this is just not good baseball, and you're just really giving this game away here in this 4th inning.
Yeah, that was a routine ball, just bobbled it. So now instead of 1 run coming across there and possibly getting the double play ball at the end of the inning, now you have 2 more runs come across, and now it's a 5-3 game.
So Braintree with 4 runs so far in the inning. They're not done yet. Worst part of that situation, not only did you get the error, but you didn't even get an out anywhere on what looked like a routine play. At least the force out at second base should have been made. If anything, you know, maybe the base runner would have got down to break up the double play, but just can't fathom how you make that mistake there. That's a bad time to make a mental mistake. And this one driven into left field as the base runner will round third. He will score no problem. And this is what good teams do, TJ, against bad pitching, bad mistakes. Take advantage.
Yeah, taking advantage, and it looks like that might be all for the pitcher's day. Not at all a good inning for him. Some of it defensively, and then there's others that just not at all good pitches by him.
As much as you can put some blame on the pitcher, he was hit hard in this inning. The defense let him down. I mean, 2 errors in the inning, a double play ball that should have got him out of it, and now Braintree just continuing to pummel the ball, as we'll have a pitching change here as Braintree still threatening here with a 6-2 advantage. We'll take a quick break and bring you back the bottom half of the 4th when we resume. Play resuming as the runner goes, and a ground ball on a bunt as the throw is to first. Here's the play to the plate, and it's not in time. He's safe at home. How often do you see that, TJ? It's just ultimately turns down as a suicide squeeze in retrospect, as the base runner was on the move and he gets an RBI out of that.
Yeah, the play at first, that was routine, and then just barely getting the run and almost got tagged out. Certainly a risky move. If it's already 1 out, that could have possibly ended the inning.
It was a risky play, but it paid off, and I think the way the Canton defense has played in this game, I think you're worth taking the chance. I don't think I've ever seen that, where you have a base runner, the runner goes on the pitch, it's a bunt, and then the throw to first, of course, for the routine out, like you said, and then the base runner goes all the way home and scores. Braintree has scored 6 times here in this inning. Another big inning. As this one is driven to deep right field, that one hammered. That one had some good distance on it. So Braintree's taking full advantage of all these mistakes by Canton in the inning to score 6 runs. Still not done yet, as Gorham now staked out to a 5-run advantage.
6 of the 7 runs being in this inning. The bats really got hot this inning, and as you said, Braintree capitalized on the defensive mistakes that were made by Canton.
As this one driven out to deep right field, hit well, out it goes, still going, and off the glove again. Another miscue by the outfielder as Lawton all the way to third. Are they going to wave him around? We'll see as he thinks about it. And he was going for the inside the park home run, but I think probably decided on the right thing to do there. As much as I would have loved to have seen it, you would have loved to have seen it. I think Lawton would have loved to have done it, but I think in a game, you got to recognize, hey, that was the right thing to do, is stop.
Yeah, plus especially with the throw, that was an absolute missile from the outfield getting to the catcher. So if he did go home,
he would have been out by a good distance too.
I don't blame him in that case for stopping at third, especially off of that throw.
I don't know how you want to score that. I mean, it definitely should have been caught in the outfield. If you want to score it as a triple, you can, or you can give him another error. I guess as the home announcers here probably give Braintree the favorable hit. I'm sure Lawton would love that, the triple. But right now, Canton just giving this game away with miscue after miscue, and too hard to beat a team like this. So an 8-2 advantage for Braintree here with the runner at third, as that one cut on and missed by Gurley, who's already batting now for the 2nd time in the inning. This one drilled hard to the field off behind, the football field back behind the baseball diamond. Righty winds and fires, and the pitch is inside. Another base runner reaches. This is a long inning, very long inning.
Yeah, we had the rally, the pitching change, and now Lon with the triple, and now another walk. So the inning just keeps going.
First pitch is all the way to the backstop, and another run will score on the wild pitch as Gurley thinks about third base, and he will get there. Everybody taking extra bases when they're given. Certainly don't want to see somebody get hurt, though, if you're Braintree in a situation like that. An interesting slide, though, over there to third base by Gurley, who's having a lot of fun out there. That one cut on and missed. So Fitzgerald, who reached on an error earlier in this inning, Braintree has batted around. And this one knocked foul. Pitch on the way, and this one drilled foul of third. There haven't been many pitches here in this inning, TJ, that have missed the Braintree bats. Everything has been hit hard.
Yeah, they've been hit hard. A lot of the times have been fair. Some of them have been hooking foul. So no matter what, when Braintree's been able to hit the ball this inning, it's been hit hard.
Pitch is hit hard again out to right center field. This one on the move and mishandled again in center field. What is going on? This is tough to watch.
Yeah, what is up with Canton? That's their 9th run they've given up this inning. And another defensive error. That might be, I think, their 4th or 5th on the inning as well.
This is going to be one of the worst defensive innings I've seen ever by any team in my 6 or 7 years of announcing now. It's been one of the toughest innings to watch as this one out to center field. And the ball will be caught this time with 2 hands as the center fielder makes the catch. Braintree scores 9 runs here in the 4th inning. Yes, 9 runs as they sent 13 hitters to the plate, scoring 9 times, thanks in large part to a handful of mistakes. And I don't really know how you'd respond if you're Canton after that inning with all those miscues. It looks like right now Braintree's going to have to take advantage. 10-2, Braintree after 4. First pitch here of the 5th is cut on and missed. Off-speed pitch delivered for another strike. Winds and fires, and that one missed. So this is the top of the order for the 3rd time now for Canton in a brand new game now in favor, big time, of Braintree. It was 2-1 heading into the bottom half of the 4th where Braintree scored, as you said, 9 times. If you joined us late, this was not a 8-run game at any point. But with the number of mistakes in one inning, it was only a matter of time before Braintree was able to open up a big advantage. And the pitch just missed. Long look in for Gorham, as he thought he had the 3rd strike. I did too. Nine strikeouts to this point.
Another pitch he just missed.
Wanted that one, didn't get it. A lot of the times you'll see as the game gets a little bit more lopsided that the calls will go your way. Didn't get it there. As that one is foul tipped. So looking for the first out here of the fifth, as that one still keeps the at-bat going. And that one is cut on and missed. So Quan, for the second time, has fanned, and that is strikeout number 10, as in double figures with his 10th strikeout. Can't imagine Canton has much left in the tank. I think all the energy came out of the balloon after that last inning.
Yeah, so I'd say if I was Canton, I'd try to get something going, though, from the looks of it. In the way the last inning went, I doubt it at this point.
It's hard to recover from that kind of an inning, no matter what level you're at. It's hard to respond. 2 strikes now on the hitter, as that one is inside. So Canton, who had played okay through the first few innings, I mean, those defensive mistakes we kept talking about, but otherwise, you know, the bats have been okay for them. You know, they've put the ball in play, they scored 2 runs, but when you make 3 or 4 errors in an inning on routine plays by the outfielders, I mean, those are balls that 2, 3 bases at a time. I mean, we saw Lawton get 3 bases on a ball that was dropped in right. We saw another 2 bases on a ball dropped in center. So, I mean, they're just balls that have to be caught in a game that you want to win. As the pitch is low. Last thing you want to do, though, if you're Gorham, is want to walk somebody here. You want to work quickly if you can and get fast outs. As that's cut on and missed, and another excellent breaking ball. I think if you're a hitter right now, I think you're so worried about that fastball that once he drops the string and throws something off speed, it really keeps him off balance.
Yeah, they've just been sitting heat, especially the last couple balls that were throwing that at bat. But when the off speed came, they weren't ready.
Which a lot of the times as a hitter, you have to really focus on the pitcher's best pitch, but right now he's just toying with them. He's got 11 strikeouts so far, as we've got 2 outs here in the top of the 5th in a 10-2 game. And this one grounded to the middle of the infield. Tough play, as it'll get past the shortstop into the glove of Lawton, who does make a nice diving play, but of course not going to make a throw across. That'll be another infield hit. Short lead at first base, as that one cut on and missed. You feel a little bit of breeze kicking in here. Temperature's dropping a bit as the runner leads at first. And Gorham with a pitch that's knocked foul of first. So 10-2 advantage. And the pitch again is knocked foul. pitch, it's there, strike three, down he goes. And an excellent inning as he strikes out the side here in the fifth. And it's all Braintree right now, 10-2, bottom five. Bottom of the inning as the pitch is in for a strike. They've changed the scoreboard here to the sixth inning, but we're still playing in the fifth. It's Braintree with an opportunity here with an 8-run advantage to try and end the game.
If this inning's like last inning, this game might be over sooner rather than later.
Certainly an opportunity for that. Pitch goes all the way to the backstop, and a walk is given up here. Well, now they're just fooling around with the scoreboard. Got the 12th inning up on the board now. Obviously trying to fix the mistake of putting it back to the 5th inning, but right now Braintree's just continuing to put the pressure on this struggling Canton team.
At this point, the scoreboard's Canton's white flag at this point.
As the pitch is drilled out to center field, but right at the center fielder who makes the catch. Good piece on that one from Surrett, but he is down. The leadoff walk. As we're back to the top of the order again for Braintree here in the 5th inning. This is the 4th time we've seen Albertine bat in the game. He's reached twice on an error, believe it or not. As the pitch is a strike, the throw to second will not be in time. And another stolen base. And this one out to center field on a short flare will be caught for the second out. It looks like Braintree's probably going to go to the bullpen for the 6th inning if we get there, as we see some action up and throwing.
Yeah, so they got the scoreboard fixed.
So bottom 5 in a 10-2 game. It's been all Braintree. That one tap foul by Cahill. He had an RBI base hit last inning. Also had a sacrifice bunt and flied out to left field. Runner is at second base, Mikulauskis, who drew a leadoff walk. And the pitch is down in the dirt, and the base runner will get to third base with a wide turn. We've seen Braintree 3 or 4 times take a very wide turn of third base, as Canton continuing to make mistake after mistake in the field. Braintree's trying to keep the pressure on him. Definitely not film that you want to watch if you are a Canton player. You do not want to rewatch this game. As this one is popped up to second. The ball hangs up in the air for a while, and it will be caught on a step back on the infield grass. So Braintree leaves the base runner at third, does not score anything further here in the 5th as we head to the 6th, 10-2, and we might see a pitching change. We'll be back. Top half of the 6th inning as we have a new pitcher on for Braintree. Looks like Donovan into pitch, and he'll come over from shortstop to pitch. Gorham will go from pitching to short as the pitch is low. So Braintree with a 10-2 lead here in the top half of the 6th inning. The big inning, though, the fourth inning. Bottom of the fourth, Braintree scored 9 times to really open this thing up.
Yeah, 13 batters to the plate that inning too, 9 of them scoring, and a lot of errors on Canton's part, 4 or 5 there.
Recipe for disaster. Alright, he winds and fires, and that one's cut on and missed. So the night for Gorham is done. He's in line for the victory. He went the first 5. Struck out 12 in the game. 12 strikeouts, 2 runs, only one of them which was earned. That run back in the first inning he allowed was an unearned run. As this one is lifted out to left center field, that'll get down. So that one not hit all that hard, but placed out in center field.
Yeah, he also went down for that too, had that just barely bleed into the grass for an outfield single. Not an infield single.
So runner at first, as this one is knocked to the backstop. And the pitch is knocked back and out of play. So the Braintree White Sox are going to take on game 1 of their postseason venture after this, but I think they're going to have some trouble with some weather.
Yeah, we've had clouds forming during this game. That's going to be something to keep an eye out for during their playoff game later on.
This one knocked foul off the Braintree catcher. So not much chatter on either side, as this game has turned into a little bit of a blowout in a 10-2 game here in the 6th. Mishlev has reached on a walk and struck out. Tough to stay focused in these type of games when the score is so lopsided that you can give up a little bit and all of a sudden the team gets right back in the game. But I think Braintree needs to stay focused and get a couple of quick outs here. As the pitch hits him. So not really what you want to see is the first 2 reach here in this 6th inning. Donovan hasn't pitched a ton, at least not that I've seen here this season. And you wonder if that's a big reason why he's in the game right now, just trying to get some work. Braintree's had so many cancellations due to rain this year that it's been hard to keep your top pitchers from not pitching because they've had so much time off that you just keep throwing them out there on their normal day's work, and that's kind of been the case for Gorham. He's continuing to pitch as the pitcher will step off.
If I'm the pitcher, and I'd try to get something low, try to get that double play ball, try to minimize the damage for this inning.
Pitch is upstairs, and right now I think he's aiming it there. Just lay back, fire strikes. That's all you want to do here. Make your defense make the plays. This one drilled to third base. Nice play over to second for 1. Back to first, and not in time on a bang-bang play. They could not exchange that quick enough over at second base. That should have been a double play ball. Excellently started, though, by Gurley at third. That was a nice play. Look at that one, might have sneaked through right past his glove. He got it down on the ground and made a nice accurate throw to second base. Unfortunately, Lawton couldn't really get the clean exchange out of his glove. And then again, the throw kind of took the first baseman Fitzgerald off the bag. As they're at the corners now with one out. And the pitch, this one ground ball, middle of the infield, Lawton to second for one, and that will just be one out. I'm not sure why Gorham didn't throw to first, as that's 2 outs.
I don't know if he thought that was 3 outs.
Yeah, he did. He did. That's exactly why. That should have been a double play ball. You can see how nonchalant Gorham was there over at second base. He was taking his time, and that's going to drive head coach Fox crazy on the bench. But I think in a game where you're well in command here, you're going to say something, but I think you're going to let it slide off your shoulder. Ground ball hit to first base, and that is a fair ball as Fitzgerald bobbles. The throw to first will be in time as Fitzgerald continuing to have a little bit of trouble there at first base, but does make the play over to Donovan, who was covering. But Canton does scratch a run across, thanks in part to a little bit of not knowing the number of outs there, as Braintree in a 10-3 game heading to the bottom of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th inning here at Braintree High School in a 10-3 game in favor of the home team, as Braintree on their way to their 8th win of the season, as Gorham with a swing and a miss. So Gorham, who has had a tough day at the plate, he has struck out, flied out to right, and then had that really interesting bunt the last time around, which ended up scoring a run. Pitch is outside. The righty winds and fires, and a mile high to center field. This one carrying pretty well, but it'll hang up in the air and be caught in center field for the first out. So to bring up Lawton now, who has reached base all 3 times. Reached on an error, singled and tripled. As the pitch on the way is knocked back and out of play. And the pitch, this one driven out to the center fielder again and caught for the second out. So Braintree in consecutive plate appearances drilling the ball out there to center, and both times they've been caught. I think right now if you're Braintree though, you're just content to make quick outs if you're going to make outs.
Yeah.
Get this game over with before any conditions warrant a stoppage.
Yeah, for the game following this, it certainly looked like that game isn't going to last long. It's a couple innings, but then the rain is going to kick in.
One right off the telephone pole, right behind, or the light pole, however you want to say, right behind the backstop, and it actually carrying back towards the crowd. Always got to be expecting balls when you come to the game. There's a lot of foul balls hit here. And this one again out in the direction behind the backstop, backing out of play. So 2 quick strikes to Gurley, who's had a nice day here today. He's walked twice and singled, bringing in a run. Gurley also had a couple of nice defensive plays. After that first inning where Braintree had those 2 errors, they've played actually pretty well in this game. As the throw is over to first in time, and 1, 2, 3 they go here in the 6th. So Braintree with a commanding 7-run lead as we head to the 7th and final inning, 10-3, Braintree. Top half of the 7th here at Braintree High School. As the dark clouds continue to roll in, And the 86ers trying to make quick work here in this inning as the first pitch is knocked to the backstop.
There's also a couple flashes of lightning too, but this will continue. This game is almost over.
Pitch is in there for a strike, and I think if you're Canton right now, you just want to swing the bat. I know obviously you try and do as much as you can to try and come back in this game, but Donovan's going to try and throw as many strikes as he can, as that one just missed. Donovan winds and fires as the pitch missed. This one popped back towards foul territory. Long run for Surrett as it drops foul. Good hustle over there by the Braintree catcher. Still 2 strikes as Donovan trying to get the final strike here of the at-bat. As he winds and fires and strikes him out. So the first out here of the 7th. 2 more outs to get here in the game. Braintree with a 10-3 lead as the pitch is inside. The lightning very far off in the distance. We have yet to hear any thunder. And I think once you would hear that, I think that was when the umpire would potentially say, okay, that's enough, and we'll call this. As that one is grounded foul. So again, you joined us late. See the score here, 9 runs in the 4th inning. That's all you need to know. Braintree scored 9 times in the 4th. 13 men to the plate, 9 runs scored, handful of errors as that's cut on and missed. And Gorham in line for the victory as Donovan into his 2nd inning of work. Ready, winds and fires, ground ball hit to shortstop as Gorham down. The throw across is in time and there's 2 down. Right now, Braintree just looking for that final out. Feel bad for the White Sox who will be playing after this. They haven't had much luck the last couple games. Last game it was after 3 innings. They had to suspend the game against Bourne as the pitch is low. Actually, we were in the midst of that game, in the midst of a rainstorm, and had to take the equipment underneath the bleachers to try and weather the storm, but they called that game quickly because the field was very unplayable. The umpire doesn't want to leave yet as he calls that one a ball on a pitch right there at the knees. As the wind picks up now. And the pitch is cut on and missed. Donovan winds and fires as that one is spoiled off. Donovan winds, and this one over to first base, and Fitzgerald cannot make the catch. He's had a bad day out there on the field. That was a can of corn for him, and that makes things a lot more difficult for us here. That things are going to really start to open up here, you can tell.
There's dust flying too.
As the pitch is on the way. As that one knocked out of play. The wind right now really blowing the infield dirt as the Swannies hit hard out to right field as it continues to drive out there in the direction and caught in right field as the game comes to an end in Braintree with the victory here today, 10-3, as these conditions really starting to go crazy here. So we'll end the coverage here. 10-3 victory on behalf of our camera person here today, Christine Patterson, my partner, TJ Chamberlain. I'm Mike Wassel. We'll see you next time.